NBA on 2K Sports. Good to have you with us. I'm Ernie Johnson. Our game tonight featuring the New York Knicks as they go up against the Indiana Pacers. And now time for the call by Kevin Harlan from Bankers Life Fieldhouse as they get ready for the opening tip.
And the players getting together for a little chat as we're just about ready to get going here. It's the NBA Live on 2K Sports on this Tuesday afternoon. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. First for New York, and playing at the center position, one of the Lopez twins out of Stanford, 7-foot banger, Robin Lopez. Then it's Anthony, and it's Porzingis in at the 4 slot. And looking at the Pacers, George Hill out there with Ellis. And they've got Miles Turner, the big man from the Longhorns, at center. A big game for this young man making his NBA debut. Then it's Paul George, and it's Allen in at the 4 spot. The Indiana Pacers had a solid season last year, given they were without their star for most of it. They played well at home.
Yeah, even without Paul George, they were in contention. How about 23-18 at home, which is really a solid mark when you consider they didn't have their 2 best players from a season ago.
You know, for the Pacers in their 23-18 home record, that was better than several teams that made the playoffs in the East. They were very tough at home at the defensive end of the floor.
It's George on the wing. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And the Pacers were 3rd in the league in field goal percentage against at home. Something about this crowd really drives the Pacers on the defensive end, even in a down year.
Easy play. Easy play.
First free throw is good.
You know, and Paul George played the first few years of his career in the NBA with 24 on his back. And as you can see, he now goes with 13 after making the switch prior to last year.
He's off on the second. And with Paul George going with the number 13 now, as you can see, helps with his nickname, PG-13.
Yeah, that's a good nickname, a nice fit. Young Tracy, as he likes to go by on Twitter, he said himself that it was about embracing his stature and stardom in the league. Nice way to do it.
Just 3 to shoot. Shoots. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And it's Indiana's ball. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, I was able to talk with Derek Fisher for a moment. He said that one of the challenges they're very conscious of in this matchup is scoring despite the shot blocking. He said, you know jumpers like to jump, so we've got to show them some pump fakes, get them up in the air, and that should allow us to get to the line or create easier looks inside. Kevin, we'll see how it works.
Thank you, Doris, and quite a focus for the game here early on, and an important one too, guys.
Yeah, I mean, up against this team, finding ways to crack their defensive shell is always going to be the #1 challenge.
And I would say it would be the #2 and #3 challenges as well, guys.
Ellis draws the double. And George kicks to Allen. Ellis outside. Poked away. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. 2 on the clock. Misses the 3. Pacers on defense. Here's Galloway. Lopez, a screen on Hill. Here's Porzingis. He's guarded by Ellis. Shot from the wing. Nice shot by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his first basket.
You know, he's not somebody they lean on for points, but when he does score, that's a bonus.
Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
Now here's Ellis. And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Robin Lopez. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Outside Anthony. Makes the lead pass. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And it became clear, thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
So for the Knicks, Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Lavoy Allen. C.J. Miles comes in for George. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for Monte Ellis.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or two, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Pulls up on the wing. No good from Grant.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
Pass to Hill. The pass to Mahimi. Shot clock at 5. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. The Knicks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Grant with the ball. He's picked up by Hill. Grant the pass to Carmelo. New York needs to get off a shot. And Hill with the block. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. And New York making a change here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And New York making a change here. And it's the Pacers with the ball. They trail by 1. 1 second left. And the basket by Hill. Hill's got 5 now. At the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Indiana out in front, up by 1. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
Now here's Anthony. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Grant outside. 6 on the shot clock. There's the dish to Williams. Puts one up from 19. And it's blocked. Hill against Calderon. The drive by Hill. Dishes to Hill. And he gets it to go. Hill's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Pacers. Knicks trail by 3. Anthony dishes to Grant. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Here's Williams. Good on the 13-footer. Here's Hill. He's got 5.
And you guys, he was once considered a tweener, but now I think Derek Williams has kind of settled in to that 4 position. It seems to be the best position fit for him at this stage of his career.
Now here is Hill. A stupendous finish in traffic. Hill's got 7. Knicks trail by 3. Last year, Williams did find a nice niche playing the 4. Still, his minutes and numbers, Clark, remain low.
Well, it's unfair because he was drafted so high, top 5 when he came out, and I don't think he'll ever live up to that draft position. The highlight dunks are great, but he's got to find other ways to continue to grow.
Here's Anthony. Following the basket by George Hill. Anthony kicks to Calderon. Back to Anthony. He dishes it to Calderon. Just 5 on the clock. 2 minutes. Pacers with the rebound.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
For 3, Hill. It's rebounded by New York. O'Quinn's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Anthony with it. He's picked up by Hill. Anthony, the pass to Williams. Kicks to Grant. Back to Williams. Pass to Anthony. From deep. Can't get it to go. And Indiana will go the other way with it.
Well, I know last year the Knicks seemed to me to be very passive offensively, and that can sometimes be the case when you're trying to learn the triangle offense, but they never seem to attack the rim at all.
Now here is Hill. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pulls up, high post, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
High quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Greg, as you mentioned, the Knicks very shy at going to the rim last year. Really could have used that dynamic among a lot of things to their game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, you think about this. The Knicks were last in the league in drives per game as a team. So they struggled shooting when they did attack the rim, only 42%. So those areas have to improve if this team wants to become competitive.
That free throw good from Anthony. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
Both free throws good from Anthony.
And, you know, the Pacers had made the playoffs in each of the last 4 seasons prior to last year's miss. Hard for a team that was coming off of back-to-back conference finals appearances to stomach that. But with the injuries, they'll be better and back in the playoffs next year, I'm sure.
Now, here is Hill. 7 points in the game. From deep, Ellis. And yes, sir, that one drops. Ellis has got 5 now.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Anthony against George. Anthony drives in. Pass to Galloway. Some nice passing by New York here. Porzingis can't hit. From deep, Ellis. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Pacers lead by 4. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. You look at George Hill. He's really been playing well.
How about the magic touch he had on display there in that first half in terms of finding his teammates? Just a plethora of assists.
Plethora, you're going deep into that dictionary of yours, man. It's not a common occurrence with this guy, though. Typically, he's more of a finisher, but that's not been the case in this one.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Feeds to Allen. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Well, I tell you what, that is a lot harder than it appears. You've got to get your body angle just right to shield you from the defense.
The Pacers shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
Boy, for the Knicks last season, saying it was rough is an understatement. There was a lot of turbulence, and some of it was due to their defense. They just had a difficult time stringing together stops and cutting down opponents' scoring chances.
Pacers leading by 4. Outside Hill. Allen with the screen for Hill. He feeds it to Allen. It's back to Hill. Lopez with the block. And now, in transition, it's a follow. Here we go. The feed now to Galloway. Anthony up on top. Defended by George. The fadeaway. Shot's good.
Very true, Steve. I mean, he's also one of those guys who doesn't take long at all to get on a roll offensively. He's a fun player to watch when he gets hot.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
And one bright note for the Pacers last season was the play of their bench. Adding Rodney Stuckey was a huge boost for them.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Hill kicks to Allen. It's back to Hill. Hill left side. 6 to shoot. Makes it off the glass. Hill's got 9. And Stuckey led the charge for the Pacers bench, Greg, as you were talking about. But all around the reserves, Clark, were fantastic on the Pacers.
Yes, third in the league at almost 41 points per game off the bench. First in the NBA in bench rebounding and top 10 in field goal percentage as a bench.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
Knocked loose. It's taken away by Stuckey. And George kicks to Stuckey. Ellis outside. Three-pointer. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. And now a 7-point Pacer lead. An interesting thing about George Hill, he was traded from the Spurs to the Pacers a few years back. Many people were surprised the Spurs would even trade a valuable veteran when they were trying to win a championship. But who did they trade him for? Kawhi Leonard. A pretty good deal.
Well, you know, Hill is really solid. He knocks down open shots, can run the offense or play off the ball equally well. I think he's a terrific combo guard. Gives you a little bit of everything and does it in a professional way. And that's typically what attracts him to other teams.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Clock is at 3. Galloway. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
George dishes to Turner. Indiana moving the ball around. Stuckey passes to Turner. Back to Stuckey. He kicks it to Hill. And now, in transition, it's a follow. Here we go. Good. Porzingis has got 7 points in the game.
Okay, that's more like it. A nice job here in the second. I mean, their field goal percentage is way up compared to what they did in the first half, where they shot a very low percentage. It actually was just above 30%.
Now, here is Hill. He's got 9. Back to George. Releases from 15, and he gets it to go. And the Pacers lead by 7.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
It's Anthony with the drive. They set the pick. Passes to Porzingis. Pulls up. Rodney Stuckey pulls it in. Pacers leading by 7.
No need to rush here. They can play for one shot.
Yeah, and I think the way you do it, you're patient as you indicated, and wait until about the 5-second mark before you get into your play.
The Pacers have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
At the line for 2.
Throw good, Paul George. And the Knicks making a change here. And both free throws good for Paul George. Anthony with it. Can't connect. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Indiana out in front. They lead by 9. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. Ellis with it. And George kicks to Stuckey. He passes it to Turner. George. It's Ellis on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Back to George. The 3. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. 8 points for Paul George.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And Anthony gets it to go.
They're on track here in the second half after their less than impressive first half. I mean, I think they came out with some tired legs to start, but they've turned it around. They found some energy, and they look a lot more active and engaged.
Here's Stuckey after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Turner with a screen for Stuckey. Down low, Turner. Good D by Lopez.
That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
And it's sent back by George.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
On the wing, Ellis.
Get outside.
Ellis, left side. Stuckey into the lane. And there's the 3-second violation. And New York making a change here. Porzingis is checked in. So Derek Fisher is going to talk to his team right here. Timeout taken.
Yeah, just frustrated by their lack of production offensively, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're getting the looks, but the shots just aren't falling.
Yeah, and the slump that they're having shooting the ball can take its toll on you if you're not mentally strong. So I like this timeout here to try to get those guys reset and refocused.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Derek Fisher was just going over the plan with his team. He told them that they simply have to step up, saying if we don't make a move now, it's going to be too late. Give them everything you've got. Kevin?
That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Galloway has got 3 assists now in this one. Clark, they can burn some clock if they want to.
Yeah, and maybe buy a little oxygen while they're doing it.
Ellis goes in. The pass to Turner. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Knicks trailed by 8.
Get there.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. The drive by Anthony. Lopez with the bucket. .136 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Indiana leading by 6. Outside, George. They need this one. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Here's Anthony. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. You're much better off making him go to the line.
Good on the first, and that brings them within 5. Both free throws good from Anthony.
And good, aggressive basketball on that trip, drawing the foul, converting the free throws, and then also narrowing the gap.
And the Pacers call time here. They're ahead by 4. 1:09 left in the fourth quarter. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Ellis dishes to Turner, and he gets it to go.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
New York calls timeout. They're losing by 6. 1:03 left in the game. Here's Anthony. Lopez, a screen on George. It's Anthony with the drive. The dish to Lopez. Buries it. And now they trail by just 4.
And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to rally and get back into it.
And, Greg, it was really their defense just as much as their offense that served as the real catalyst. And I think it allowed them to put that run together.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Galloway, the pass to Porzingis. A follow. No good on the 3. And he commits the intentional foul. Pacers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Perfectly done at the stripe there. That brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
New York calls timeout. They're down by 6. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Is what's your take?
And I'm not sure the 2-point bucket does much here. I think they got to go for 3.
Yeah, it's no-brainer, partner. I mean, that's their only choice. Shoot the 3 and hopefully get it down and then foul.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Anthony down low, defended by George. Misses the finger roll. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
At the line
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. There's 10 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Williams outside. Drains it from downtown.
For three.
So it's Indiana picking up the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but Clark, a win nonetheless.
Yeah, it appeared to me as though the fans gave them the emotional boost they needed down the stretch, Kevin. This crowd is not going to let this one slip away.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark, Craig, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as Jordan presents the player of the game, George Hill.